What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Koulibaly's road to the final, and he is quite a nice defender. There is a couple of points that I'm not a massive fan of, but in an overall sense, he's really not a bad defender. Decent pace, cracking defending, really good physicals, passing is a little bit lackluster, and dribbling isn't too terrible. Let's get into the first road to the final and see what we think about him. So we have Koulibaly here. He is at the moment 352 on the PlayStation and 390 on the Xbox. So he's coming in at a big cost. He is 89 rated already, just a +1 from his 88 gold, and obviously has the chance to go up to, I think if he's an 89, he should be able to go up to about a 90. I want to say 94, 95. I don't know how many pluses they get, but I'm pretty sure it's like, say, 4 or 5 pluses if they win everything, and even the kind of 2 legs on the first one, which gives you a double upgrade. So he's got the chance to be a very, very high rated card. And obviously being Europa, Napoli are not necessarily one of the favourites, but they are doing well as such, and potentially could do quite well. We obviously saw Atlanta in the Champions League, so anything is absolutely possible in the Europa, and hopefully they do well, because this card could be absolutely cracked as like a 92, 93 Koulibaly. That would be almost team of the season level for him. And honestly, I was not necessarily shocked, because I thought he was okay, just looking at his base and kind of actually stepping back and thinking, a 75, 89, 86 pace defending physical centre-back, that isn't awful in this game. Yes, they're still better, and I think the one thing that really slows him down is his nation. There is obviously a few players you can link with him in the Serie A, but I just don't think that's a kind of like a... It's not a foot champs link, in my opinion. Koulibaly is a great super sub as a centre-back if you don't have, say, icons to link him. And we will get into kind of who you can link with him and who can get the strong link and all of that good stuff later on in the end review. But we're going to look at his stats right now. We have got a 6'2" centre-back here. 2-star skills, 3-star weak foot, pretty standard for a centre-back there. Right-footed with a NA build, obviously we don't know what it is. High defensive work rate and a medium attacking, so pretty bog standard there. Obviously skills don't really matter. Would like the 4-star weak foot, not too fussed just yet, so 3-star definitely will do. We've got 76 pace, 90 defending, and 87 physical. They're the main stats you look at a centre-back, and once you've kind of got them all up in, say, the 85 pluses, it's mainly kind of like team of the season territory, where it hits all of them above that. You then look at the passing, and then you look at the dribbling. The dribbling, 83 composure, not the greatest, but he has got the chance to go up, so I'm very happy that there is a chance for him to get more composure, which I think he only got a +1, pretty much a +1 for practically everything, bar from passing from his goal to his road to the final. So it's a little upgrade. It's nothing too taxing on him. Obviously his gold card will be practically the same sort of card. Yes, there may be very, very minor differences, but it is practically the same card until he hits like that 90 plus, the 91, 92. That's when you're going to know a massive difference between his road to the final and his gold card, in my opinion. In terms of everything else, though, defending's absolutely insane. His physicals with 95 strength. He's a really, really good tackler and very, very strong. So already a top contender for a good centre-back. The price tag on him, 350, 390, both consoles. It's justified. He's the first day. He's the second highest, or I think he's actually, no, I think he's the joint highest in the road to the finals alongside Hazard. So he is a big time player in this. If I did get him in the road to the final untradeable, would be very, very happy with this card. So let's jump into some gameplay. We'll then have a look at obviously his end review with chemistry styles, with links, and also the generations, seeing as though he is 29, so he has technically been playing FIFA since FIFA 13. So the one thing I know about him, he is a captain at the back. He is the leader of tackles, and honestly, even straight into the first couple of minutes of the game, he was absolutely nailing everything. He was in the way. He was tackling, intercepting, blocking, passing. He was just an absolute force in that centre-back role. Obviously a keeper, bit of a mistake there, but he was just brilliant to use. He was a very, very nice card. Literally, I think the only thing that really stops this card from absolutely flying is maybe the link of Serie A, but I think that always can go up. But I think it is the nation itself. You can't really hybrid him out without icons, because realistically you've got Guy, who again would work, but I think he's not really meta himself. himself, unless you get a few informs of him. But then the only other one practically that you would actually use in a FUT Champs team is Mane, and unless you go in at 3 at the back, you're not going to be able to link Mane to Koulibaly, which is a shame because, again, like I say, he's not a bad centre-back. He really puts in a shift. He manages to get the ball back pretty high percentage of the time, in my opinion, and he's just in the way. I think that's a cracking centre-back card. Feels nice to turn. Bit of pace, not too much where I'm thinking he's going to be absolutely Usain Bolt standard, but definitely better than what we've been using with Thiago Silva yesterday. So I'm pretty happy with him. There is better defenders, obviously, but it's interesting to see this one. So if I do go into the overall for him, then as we can see, 352, 390, 420 on the PC. Like I say, he's a good card. In terms of chemistry style, people are obviously going with that shadow option. It does make his defending up to 97, a 93 centre-back with 86 pace. That for me is a contender, like I say, for a very, very good centre-back. And I think in terms of kind of like his balance and all of that, yes, he's still not the quickest centre-back. And by no means am I saying he is like as good as Varane, as Joe Gomez, as kind of like the Virgils of the game. But he's up there. I would probably say, for me, after just a couple of games, I probably prefer him, or he's on par with Ramos in my opinion. I think the problem with Ramos is I've played some FUT Champs games and he's not done too well in a few of them. So obviously I'm going to put my opinion on him a bit lower, as Koulibaly hasn't played any FUT Champs, mainly in rivals and obviously some friendlies. So at the minute he's got like this fresh kind of look on him, but I think I would probably rate him above Ramos in my opinion. I think the defending talks. The only thing that he probably doesn't have is that kind of flair, that almost all-round centre-back feel which Ramos has. But the problem with Ramos is, again, he's kind of balance. He's not very good at turning. He does feel a little bit slow at times. It's an interesting kind of shift in how I think about Ramos, because he, like I say, he's been an amazing player for so long. Whereas I think Koulibaly definitely coming in at a really, really nice kind of like level at the moment. And like I say, in terms of his generation, been here since FIFA 13. We managed to get a Team of the Season Napoli version for FIFA 16, 17, 18, 19, and then he missed out on FIFA 20, which is so unfortunate. He did manage to get a couple of Team of the Week moments, so obviously in terms of the pandemic, did really well for him in terms of FIFA cards. He only had a knockout or Team of the Group stage and a Team of the Year nominee, so he didn't have too many cards, not really anything apart from one based on his in real life performance. So can we see something more from him? Obviously he has been dropped down a rating from last year from an 89 to an 88, which I think is justifiable. I don't think Napoli in their whole had an amazing season, but obviously Koulibaly getting a little bit older, he's starting to decrease a little bit. Some people just don't decrease as quick as others, like Ramos. He is going down, but his rating is still pretty up there. In terms of links then, we have obviously got Guy, who I did mention in Senegal. We've got Malkut, or if I pronounced that wrong, Manolas, who again centre-back, right-back. Strong links right there. You have got, I don't even know who the goalkeeper is, in fact. You have got, goalkeeper-wise, it's pretty low by the looks of it. Ospina, is that it? So we've got him, and then I think it's probably, yeah, it's really low rated. So goalkeeper's not really an option. You have got obviously the Senegalese Chelsea player. I think he's Mendy, I want to say. So there is some links there, but I just don't think there's FUT Champs worthy links. Looks like he is kind of like fluctuating in price at the moment, kind of going back up a little bit, and then more than likely we'll find him drop down again. But in the overall of him, like I say, I think he's a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. I really do rate him. In terms of similar, we've got Upamecano, Konate, Kimpembe, Longlet, Koundé, Cannavaro. Not really seeing any Ramos, or Vidic. What a centre-back he would be. So you can see that the similarities, not terrible. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've given him a 9 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think of him, and who else would you like to see from the road to the final. We're going to be doing as many of them as possible as we try and get them out. And also we've still got Son and Alexandro plus Correa to do before SBCs and objectives. But apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe.